Hi friends, I welcome you all to this video. I hope you have seen the past 6 lectures of automobile engineering of mine. So I discussed about so much topic in previous videos. So in previous videos, as per the SPD syllabus, it is the first unit, introduction of automobile. So from this video, this is the seventh lecture of mine in automobile engineering. And this will start from second unit, transmission systems. Okay, so in this transmission system, in this video, we are going to see about introduction of clutch and necessity. Okay, introduction and necessity of clutch. And this is my seventh lecture. The previous sixth lecture I took and I uploaded. So just go through this video. Any suggestion or any comments or any doubts you can share. Okay. And myself, I am Arun Pandian, lecturer of mechanical department in Gems Polytechnic College, Aurangabad, Bihar. Okay. So what are the content we are going to see in this video about the clutch? Okay, so here I'm first of all going to give an introduction about clutch, and then we are going to see the necessity of clutch. Okay, so what is a clutch? What are the usage? What are the troubleshooting? Like that we are going to see in this chapter. Number one is clutch definition. Okay, we are given some more definitions which is easy for you. You can take it. Okay, the second one, clutch construction. What does the construction of the clutch we are going to see. Next one, clutch operation. And next, clutch troubleshooting, manual transmissions, automatic transmissions, necessity. Okay, so this we are going to see in this video regarding these topics: clutch definition, clutch construction, clutch operation, clutch troubleshooting, manual transmissions and automatic transmissions. The last one is necessity. Okay, so first one, definition. What are the definition of clutch? I given some more definitions. Just we'll go. A mechanism for connecting or and disconnecting. Sorry, a mechanism for connecting and connect for connecting also and for disconnecting also an engine and the transmission system in a vehicle or the working parts of any machine. Okay, connecting and disconnecting. That's all. And the second one is a device that allows turning movements to be sent from one part of a machine to another. Okay, from the first we have learned connecting and disconnecting. From the second we have learned which allows turning movements to be sent from. Okay, means transmit the turning movements. The third point, a coupling that connects or disconnects driving and driven parts of a driving mechanism. Same the like first the definition, the third one also, but coupling. Okay, that word is there. It is given as a mechanism. Here it is given as a coupling, and it is an intermediate mechanism which is placed in between the flywheel and the gearbox. It enables the rotary motion of the shafts by friction mechanism to solve the following purposes. What are the purposes? So now introduction. Okay, the introduction is the clutch is the first drive train component powered by the engine crankshaft. The clutch is the first drive train component powered by the engine crankshaft. The second point is the clutch lets the driver control power flow between the engine and the transmission or transaxle. Okay, it's a driver control power. Okay, it is a driver control power. The third point, before understanding the operation of a clutch, you must first become familiar with the parts and their functions. Okay, so before going to the operation of the clutch, we have to know the construction of the clutch. We are going to see that. It is continued. This information is very useful when learning to diagnose and repair the clutch assembly. Clutches are used whenever the ability to limit the transmission of power or motion needs to be controlled either in amount or over time. Okay, it is ability to limit the transmission. Okay, means if I want to go in a vehicle straightly, means in a slope, I have to limit the speed. Then only it can, with the whole weight of the vehicle, it has to, the torque power must be more. So like that, to limit the transmission. In the simplest application, clutches are employed in devices which have two rotating shafts. Okay. In these devices, one shaft is typically attached to a motor or other power unit, the driving member, and with the other shaft, the driven member provides output power for work to be done. There are two shafts. One is driving member. The second one is driven member. In a drill, for instance, one shaft is driven by a motor and the other drives by a drill chuck. Got it? So one will be rotated by the motor and another will be driven by the drill chuck. Like how the drill, same way here also in clutch. The clutch connects the two shafts so that they may be locked together and spin it at the same speed, means engaged, and locked together but spinning at different speeds, slipping, or unlocked and spinning at different speeds, disengaged. Got it? Engaged and disengaged. We are going to see a GIF file about that. Okay. So this is the operation. Okay. This is a GIF file of clutch. This is the operation which you are seeing here. This is the clutch operation. See here, this is the clutch plate. It is connecting and disconnecting. Connecting, disconnecting. If you see here, when you using the this is about a mission, how it connects here. It is connecting here now, and it is connecting here now. It is disengaged here, engaged here. Now engaged here and disengaged here. Okay. And see, it is disengaged. If you see this GIF file, if you see here, now it is engaged. Now it is disengaged and now is engaged. Okay, so like this only we are using the clutch in the gearboxes. Okay, when you when you press the clutch in the vehicle, you cannot hear any movement of the engine. You cannot feel any rotational movement of the engine. But if you remove your leg from the clutch, you can feel some sense. You can sense some things that happen. Something is connecting, something is engaging, like that. Okay, so that feel, yeah, if you see this video, you can understand. Now it is now it is engaged. Now it is disengaged. Now you have pressed the clutch. Now you have removed the clutch, and in any other gear it may be. If it is not in neutral, any other gear it may be. Okay. Now we are going to see the troubleshooting of the clutches. What are the troubleshooting? What are the defects? What are the troubleshooting of the clutch? Number one, an automotive clutch normally provides dependable service for thousands of miles. A normal automotive clutch, okay, for thousands of miles, it can provide the transmission, or it can limits the transmission, or connect and disconnect the shafts driving and driven. However, stop and go traffic will wear out a clutch quicker than highway driving. If you go in a highway smoothly, in a straight drive, in a national highway, there will be no speed breaker, no traffic will be there. So clutch wear will not happen. But in traffic, you will stop and go. You will stop and go. You will stop and go. So the clutch wear can be happen. Every time the clutch is engaged, the clutch disc and other components are subjected to considerable heat, friction, and wear. Okay, maximum, if you see, when we are driving the vehicle, maximum the clutch will be engaged only. Okay, if you see the ratio of engaged and disengaged, 1:9. You can take it after 10. 1:9, it will be the 1% will be disengaged and 9 will be the engaged. So maximum will be engaged. So because of this, there can heat may be happen, friction can happen, and wears can also happen. The last point, operate abuse commonly causes premature clutch troubles. For instance, riding the clutch, resting your foot on the clutch pedal while driving, and other driving errors can cause early clutch failure. Okay. For example, if you see some of us, we will not take the leg from the clutch. Our leg will be always on the clutch. If you keep the clutch, some pressure will be applied on the clutch, and it will be always on. It will be always what you can say. It may be pressed. So this can happen. Also, this can make a major clutch failure. Then next, we are going to see about 5 types of clutch problems. Okay, there are 5 types of clutch problem. We are going to see the 5 types of clutch problem here. Number 1 is slipping. Number 2, grabbing. Number 3, dragging. Number 4, abnormal noises. Number 5, vibration. Okay, what is slipping? Okay, slipping occurs when the driven disc fails to rotate at the same speed as the driving members when the clutch is fully engaged. Okay, for example, from engine, if the power is coming, for example, I'm telling 10 watts. Okay, 10 watts power means 1000 rpm of power is coming from the engine, but it is transmitting only 800 rpm. It means there is some slipping is happening in the clutch. It is not, the full rpm is not transmitted. Okay, 200 rpm is less regarding the engine power, which is output of the engine and which is entering into the differential or to the connecting rod. Okay, so now why it is reduced? Because of slipping is happening in the clutch. Grabbing or chattering. There is another name of grabbing is chattering. So chattering clutch will produce a very severe vibration or jerking motion when the vehicle is accelerated from a standstill. Okay, when the vehicle is not in the movement, when the vehicle is standing, when you give the acceleration, if the clutch is not properly grabbed or chattered, it will make a vibration sound or jerking sound in the engine. Okay, and now dragging. A dragging clutch will make the transmission or transaxle grind when trying to engage or shift gears. Okay, it will grind. Means if a shaft is, if a hollow, just consider if the disc is there, if the clutch is going and connecting there, when the dragging happens, when it is not engaging properly, when it is dragging, it will grind completely. It will grind the transmission system or transaxle completely. Okay. Abnormal noises. Sounds produced from the clutch when the clutch is initially engaged are generally due to friction disc problem. Okay, these sounds will clutch is initially engaged are generally due to friction disc. The friction which is happened on the disc, by that the abnormal noises can happen, and etc. Also, vibration. A pulsating clutch pedal is caused by the runout, wobble or vibration of one of the rotating members of the clutch assembly. A pulsating clutch pedal, okay, is caused by the runout. If it is not tighten, if it is not loosen, or if it is applied always, the vibration can happen. And if the if the alignment is not proper, then also the vibration can happen. So now we are going to see the manual transmission. There are 2 purposes of the manual transmissions. One is providing the operator with the option of maneuvering the vehicle in either the forward or reverse direction. This is a basic requirement of all automotive vehicles. Almost all vehicles have multiple forward gear ratios, but in most cases only one ratio is provided for reverse. Okay, so this why there are 2 purposes. One purpose is the vehicle is either the forward or reverse direction, they can maneuver, they get the option they can maneuver themselves. Okay, for that manual transmission. The second one, provide the operator with a selection of gear ratios between engine and wheel so that the vehicle can operate at the best efficiency under a variety of operating condition and loads. Okay, if the vehicle is going slowly, I cannot put the vehicle in the fourth gear, so I have to go to the first gear or second gear. Or if it is slope, okay, if it is mountain hills area, if the vehicle is climbing, okay, at that time I have to put on this first or second gear because of I need no more torque. So for this transmissions, the manual transmissions are, but these are the main purpose of the manual transmission. Proper operation condition, how to operate the clutch. Be able to increase torque going to the drive wheel for quick acceleration. Okay, so always be able to increase the torque going to the drive wheel or quick acceleration. Second one, supply different gear ratios to match different engine load condition. Keeping on the wheels ratio, keeping on the speed, keeping on the load on your mind, you have to supply the different gear ratios. Have a reverse gear for moving the vehicle backwards. Okay, so use the reverse gear to move the vehicle backwards. Provide the operator with an easy means of shifting transmission gears. Okay, always the operator must be not feel very hard to shift the gear. It must be very loose motions. Means it must be loose movement, so it can move easily. Okay, operate quietly with minimum power loss. Okay, and now in the picture you are seeing the manual transmissions. So input is coming at green color and intermediate is on the sky blue, and output is on the red color. Okay, so how it is transmitted and how it is rotating, how we are shifting the gear, it is given there. On the next picture, if you see here, in this picture it is input green color, this is the green color input, and intermediate, these are the gears which is on sky blue, and output is on the red color. Okay, and here if you see how the input comes and how the gears are meshed and how it is transmitting and how it's going outside, same green will consider as an input and red will consider as a output. Okay, automatic transmissions, we seen before about manual transmissions. Now we are going to see about the automatic transmission. The automatic transmission, like the manual transmission, is designed to match the load requirements of the vehicle to the power and speed range of the engine, keep the range of the speed in mind and power. The transmission will happen as like a manual, but it does not need any manpower to transmit the clutch. The automatic transmission, however, does this automatically depending on three important things. Okay, number one is throttle position, number two vehicle speed, and number three position of the control lever. Okay, keeping this three, the automatic transmission will transmit automatically their gears. Okay, keeping this three: throttle position, vehicle speed, and position of the control lever. And automatic transmissions are built in models that have 2, 3 or 4 forward speeds, and in some that are equipped with overdrive also. Okay, and now here I given some how the first gear and second gear, third and fourth and reverse gears are operated, so that you can understand by using the pictures. Okay, here if you see in the red color, it is small sun gear and planet carrier is there, it is locked, and sun gear is transmitting. Okay, it is ring gear is giving which is on yellow color, this is the ring gear. Okay, this is the input, and this red color it will be as the output, and this one is second. When the power moves in the second gear, this will be the motion. Okay, and this one, when the power is on third gear, this will be it will move like this, and when it is in fourth gear, the power will transmit like this. The ratio will be 0.61. And when it is reverse gear, the transmission will be like this. Okay, so these are the 5: first gear, second gear, third, fourth, and the reverse gear. Okay, and now what are the difference between manual transmission and the automatic transmission? More durability, easier to repair, low cost, simpler mechanism. Manual transmission. Here, constant power flow, smooth driving, low repairability. That is the main drawback of the automatic transmission, and at last it is a high cost also. Now we are going to see the necessity of the clutch. What are the necessity? Number one is gradual engagement. Okay, in engage it will be gradually, it will engage. Second one, effortless operation. The third one, better heat dissipation, better vibration damping, free from slipping, should be capable of transmitted full or maximum torque or power, should be in exact dynamic balancing at high speed, should be smallest possible in size, clutch remains in the engaged position and allows flow of power from engine to the gearbox, make possible to change the gears in the gearbox by engaging and disengaging the gearbox from the flywheel or crankshaft. Disengagement of the clutch is required when the gear position is to be changed or when the vehicle needs to be kept in neutral position. Variation of resistance to vehicle motion at various speed. The last one, variation of tractive effort at various speed. So these are the necessity of the clutch. So just given in a simplest English, so you can understand without an explanation. Okay, and now, so I have referred this all from this four books: Automobile Engineering, Automobile Mechanics, and Automobile Mechanics by William Crouse, and Automotive Technology by H.M. Sethi. Okay, just go through these books so that you can get more informations about the clutch and introduction of the clutch and necessity of the clutch also. Okay, and the summary we have discussed in this video about clutch definition, clutch construction, clutch operation, clutch troubleshooting, manual transmissions and automatic transmission, and necessity of the clutch. Okay, and thank you for listening this video. I hope that you are following us and you are joined us GPC Learning. Just be on touch with us. We will uploading more videos which is short but more effort with more effort. Okay, it will more effect also with a shortcut short explanation, but it will be more effect. Okay, and comment and like also our video. If you have any suggestion or comments, just give on comment box. We are ready to replay you. Thank you.